Hello, welcome in. This is Cleora. I hope you're all doing really well, alchemizing your beautiful realities. I've had a message about someone being bamboozled by someone's transformation. I'm hearing quick turnaround. So someone could be totally flabbergasted, totally confused as to why you've transformed or done something successful. So let's have a look into these energies, because I've got this kind of energy from the spirit world where they're laughing about this, and there's this energy of never underestimate the power of someone who chooses themselves, right? So this is a message for someone who's chosen themselves, and it's confusing someone who you were dealing with previously or someone in your life. So let's get into this. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Beautiful one, for being here. Okay, what messages do we need? What messages do we need about this bamboozlement, judgment? So you've had a major transformation. This is about a major rebirth, coming out of the ground and into the light. I'm kind of getting this energy of maybe you were a bit underground. Maybe you were keeping yourself in some situation where you were selling yourself short or not embodying your full potential. But I'm getting that you are now embodying your full potential, and it's really bugging someone. They're completely confused as to how you did this, because they don't understand how powerful the universe is and how powerful people are. I keep getting chosen ones. So, you know, I really do believe there's something in that the chosen ones choose themselves. And I feel like you've definitely chosen yourself, whether you relate to the term 144 or not. You could be seeing that number a lot lately, because I feel like you've really gotten your momentum underway here. Let's have a look. What else? Yeah, I feel like you turned in a new direction. You decided to transform, and you've built a huge amount of momentum. Now, whoever's bamboozled, they don't understand about the non-physical. They don't understand that you can change the channel on your mind whenever you want. And I feel like this is what you did. You decided to start a new chapter, a new storyline. You decided to make the best of the life you've got in a really beautiful way. We've got the Knight of Cups here. So this is all about moving your emotions. So you could have really moved your emotions from one state of being to another. They're saying you could be hearing from this confused person, or maybe you got some strange text messages or some strange kind of energies coming in from them. You're definitely under observation here. I feel like people are really looking at you, or this person, this energy that's bamboozled. They want to know how you did it or what's going on here. I'm hearing assumption. They could be making a lot of assumptions about this big change you've made. You could, you could have started making loads more money, or you could have just left someone, or there's some big shift in energy here. Let's have a look. What else? The Hermit. Okay, so there's that underground energy of someone who kind of wasn't really in the mix. Someone who probably kept themselves to themselves. Virgo energy. Maybe this is you working on your spiritual stuff before you had this big transformation. But it's almost like someone's used to you being in a smaller energy, a quieter energy maybe. And it's almost like they didn't think you'd assert yourself. They didn't think you'd pull on the power of the universe and get something moving here. Page of Wands. Creating your pathway through enthusiasm and inspiration. Being reborn, being in those energies of youth and adventure. I don't feel like anyone expected this. Yeah, big turnaround energy I'm getting. Three of Swords. So they're bamboozled. But then we've also got energies of heartbreak here. There could have been a situation that sort of forced you into sanctuary mode. It could have had to do with someone hurting you. And these onlookers, it's almost like they thought you'd always be stuck here. They thought you would never turn it around. But you know what? The more pain we receive, the more powerful we can become, because suffering is essentially what makes us so powerful. And I feel like you took all your suffering. You thought, you know what? I'm using this alchemically. I'm going to use this as a platform in my life to start something beautiful and bright and gorgeous. Let's have a look. Making the most of the contrast. I feel like you've done it. I feel like something hit your life. It could have really hurt. It could have been really bloody difficult. But you decided to use all that energy in the right way. And they're saying in the spiritual way. You used it as feedback from the universe of what you would prefer. Because you knew you didn't deserve to be in this Three of Swords energy. And look at this Page of Wands, the Fool card. Two energies of starting afresh and being so full of life and vitality. And look how strong she looks. This is a strong bitch right here, right? And I feel like someone didn't expect that. Maybe you did spend a lot of your time indoors. Maybe you weren't that enthusiastic for life after some sort of heartbreak. But there are huge energies of transformation here. Your spirit jumped in the driver's seat to help you get out of some old storyline and into the new storyline. Look at them watching. I mean, look, it's just so... They're just so nosy. I'm getting this really nosy energy off of this Knight of Cups energy, right? Moon energy. So I'm getting this energy that they are totally mystified. I feel like whoever this is that's bamboozled, they're stuck in a 3D mindset. They've never had any spiritual revelations. They've never had any vision. They just were born and decided to fit in the karmic little, you know, tank that they found themselves in. And I feel like the person who's bamboozled with you is quite a fearful person. They look around them and think, okay, what's everyone else doing? And they jump on board with what everyone else is doing. But the Page of Wands is innovative, creative, new ideas. The Page of Wands is a bright spark, someone who can connect to the ether, to the non-physical. And with this Fool card, you've created this. You've created this powerful new beginning. You could have had to have spent time really planning this or building yourself back up. Yeah, I'm hearing with the power of God, with the power of the universe around us, magical, with our higher selves around us. This is how you did this. But like with this moon energy, they're very confused because you're dealing with people who are like non-magical folk, okay? People who still think that all psychics are liars, people who don't understand the non-physical. You understand the non-physical. You know you are loved by the universe and you know you're powerful here with Temperance. So I feel like everything you did it yourself. You did it in your own energy. You pulled from the ether. You got yourself back up and moving again. And they're mystified. They're confused. This is so funny. I feel like they're really nosing into your life. They're trying to figure it out. I can feel the cogs whirring in their minds. Like, how did this person do this? How did they move on? 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck with the 6 of Cups here. So you know me, guys. I love that 6 of Cups. This is like almost like you were being guided by soul group members. And in all fairness, I only read for people who have their heart chakra activated. I read for the positive polarity people who all have a soul group. I got a comment once from a narcissist saying, not everyone has a soul group, you know. And it's like, yeah, I know, darling. Narcissists don't have soul groups. They only worship themselves. They can't love anyone else the same way they pretend to love themselves. So I know. But you have a soul group. Whoever's watching this, you've got a beautiful heart. And your heart... I feel like you've healed your heart and I feel like you were determined. I'm hearing value. You knew you had value, even if the people around you didn't see it. You were pulling on the spirit world here. 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the Neptunian waters, in tandem. So you let spirit aid you. You let your soul group members aid you, I feel, with the 6 of Cups. These could be people you've never met before. But I'm getting this view of a cluster of energies, and you are part of a cluster of energies that are always with you. Spiritually. And I feel like you're definitely moving towards this with the 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Much more harmony coming in. I'm feeling this beautiful harmonic energy. I feel like you've smoothed your mind out. I feel like you've chosen to treat yourself like a golden, beautiful angel. I'm getting the word ancient here. So I feel like whatever trauma this was here conjured up something in you that wasn't conscious in your mind before. I feel like this made you conscious of who you are, because, you know, suffering is transmutation. And when something happens that really hurts us, it kind of conjures all of this powerful energy from other times. Everything we've got stored non-physically from every life we've ever lived is available to us, but it's actually the suffering that will trigger it to come and join you, different versions of you. So I feel like you picked up on some really strong energy here. Something that wasn't apparent to you before, something you weren't aware of before, you became aware of. And they're telling me tarot readings. You could have watched a tarot reading at a certain time and it gave you some sort of confirmation or information about yourself that really resonated. And it will have to do with ancient things or something like that, okay? Something to do with your spiritual mission on earth. Let's have a look at this Knight of Cups. Let's get nosy, considering they're being nosy, right? Let's get equally as nosy. Knight of Swords. Okay, so This one has got its back turned. So someone could be wondering why they haven't heard from you, or why you're acting different to what they expected. Again, this is someone who is like a goldfish in a bowl. They'll just swim round and round and round, and they expect you to do the same. And because you've broken out of some sort of state of mind here, and you've done what we come on earth to do, which is to evolve, to move forward, to always be wanting to be better than we were the day before, because you've actually done those things, they don't get it, because they think you're born on earth and you fit in where you can, and you just go around in circles till you die. And you know about the non-physical. You know that this life is just one life you've had out of many, and you know you're here to develop and move forward. So they're really shocked here. I feel like you haven't spoken to them. You haven't heard from them. I mean, the other way round. I mean, I feel like they haven't heard from you, right? That was almost like I was saying it from their perspective then, I think. I'll have to watch that back. That was crazy. But they're kind of trapped in the mindset, thinking, why haven't you spoke to them? Why aren't you the same person that you were before? 8 of Swords energy. They're thinking about this a lot. There's a lot of overthinking about you here. I'm just hearing words, I might reach out, I might reach out. Because the curiosity is going to get the better of them, I feel like. You're someone who's actually living in the spiritual truth. You're someone who's actually taking the suffering and being like, right, this suffering was a sign from the universe for me to get my ass moving and to hold myself in higher esteem and gaining energy here. I feel like you're gaining a lot of energy, gaining a lot of momentum, and you had to do this. You had to maybe drag yourself up. Judgment energy, you had to sort of dig yourself out of that mindset, and you've done it beautifully well. Anything more about this Knight of Cups energy? The Moon, see, they just are so curious about what you're up to, what you're doing. Maybe you're purposely holding back. Maybe you're just mysterious. It's funny. It's almost like they want someone to scapegoat almost. It's kind of like that here. Death energy. You had to transform out of that timeline, dealing with that person and their world. Because every human being on this earth, we are an entire world in our individuality. And I feel like you didn't want to mix your bubble of consciousness in with their bubble of consciousness anymore, because that affects your world, right? And I feel like you're rolling on. Your consciousness is rolling on to something way better here. The Fool with the 6 of Cups. This is you moving quickly onwards to spiritual connections. These soul group members whose energies are so similar to yours. Yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful. Just look at these little energies here with these little forget-me-nots. There's an energy here that you could never forget, because you're cut from the same cloth. You come from the same spiritual cluster. And you've been put in your vessel, and they may be somewhere else in the world, but you share the same non-physical temple. You share the same non-physical home. That's really beautiful here. I feel like you've, basically disconnected yourself from people who can never escape what we call the matrix, because they love it. They're comfortable there. They're like little hamsters in a hamster cage. And you had to be free here. You had to be spiritually strong to be like, you know what? The world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want, and I'm infinitely valuable. King of Wands energy. So this is about that spiritual fire, self-respect, being innovative, but also being a few steps ahead of everyone else, right? This is about you having ideas that you don't need anyone's approval for. You don't need to explain yourself. They wouldn't understand you anyway, because you are living such a powerful spiritual pathway here. And you took dominance here. You took the authority over your own life, knowing that if you want something, you've got to go get it. You've got to conjure it. You've got to make it happen, and you're making it happen here. 5 of Cups, yeah. So there was an energy where you were disappointed, where you were in an emotional energy that you had to work your way out of. But I'm getting that this has made you so much more strong. This has made you stronger than ever. I'm hearing Britney Spears, stronger than yesterday. And that's the kind of energy that goes with this reading, like such power and such immense intention to keep going, to be stronger, to find the people who love you here. 7 of Pentacles with this Page of Wands. So you're making investments in the right way, and I feel like everything you spend your time focusing on, you want it to be beautiful. They're kind of showing me diamonds as little seeds in the ground. It's like you're planting a spiritual garden now, You're not dealing with these energies that I feel like you've got an instinct who they are, or you know blatantly who they are kind of thing. But now you're investing in all the most beautiful ways. What a comeback here. Temperance again. So this is self-healing. I'm getting that you really healed yourself and did the work here. Pure alchemy on your mind, body and soul. Anything else? Victory. You've had victory over some sort of disappointment or heartbreak. And again, I feel like you're emerging now from your own inner cave, and you're going, it's almost like you have to go into your cave to connect with your soul group's energy spiritually. But then once you're stronger, you need to come out and get out and about to meet them in the physical. So there's an opposite thing here. They were there for you spiritually here when you were in your hermit mode. You could have had an instinct to just be on your own. And I feel like that was an instinct you had to connect to the spirit realm, because you knew that it would give you more strength than any human, than any living being. You knew to separate yourself and get spiritually strong. But now it's like you're venturing out to find the physical vessels that have the energy you connected with while you were vulnerable. So you've been connecting with these energies your whole life. Now it's like you're going to go get them. You're going to find them. You're going to meet them. It's beautiful. Show me the Fool card energy. Judgment again. We've got Judgment on the table twice. So it could be that some sort of heartbreak forced you into really acknowledging spiritual stuff, right? And the spiritual journey. But this is definitely a rebirth with the Fool and Judgment on the table. Wow. This is so, so beautiful. You brought yourself back to life. And I feel like you've got a particular way with understanding the mind itself. They're giving me mind-body connection here. So that could be relevant to somebody in some work that you do. But I feel like you're particularly good at knowing that if you focus on something that upsets you, it's not going to bring anything good into your life. But if you focus on something uplifting and invigorating, then stuff that's similar to that will flow into your reality. So you could watch Abraham Hicks, Law of Attraction, stuff like that. But I'm getting a lot of responsibility here. Knowing you are responsible for what reality you're moving into. Knowing that everything you do is valuable. You know, it's like when you make steps to look after yourself, that shifts your whole reality. Something about every move you make, making you stronger now because you understand. I'm hearing skipping timelines. It's almost like you understand that if you do something that feels bad, it's going to take you to a shitty timeline. And if you do something that feels good, you're the creator. I'm getting this energy of you are the responsible creator, and you knew that. You knew if you didn't lift yourself up, no one would, right? So this is beautiful. Pure dominance over your own reality here. Three of Pentacles with the Moon. So this could be neighborhood. I'm getting neighborhood, community here, family, people who are just kind of watching you, because the Three of Pentacles is about watching someone in their mastery, something you've mastered here. The Three of Pentacles is all about mastering your own personal alchemy. So they could be trying to watch you and maybe not getting, because look, that's so crazy. We've got a bloody telescope on this thing, right? It's like they're desperate to know. They're desperate to know what's going on. Trying to catch glimpses of you in your mastery. Yeah, magician energy. But spirits, and they don't have good intentions, these people. Ten of Cups. It's almost like they don't want to see you happy. I don't know. This could be a family connection here, because you're conjuring up this Ten of Cups. You're moving into this. It's yours. I'm getting universal law. It is law. When you know you've got a family out there, or a spiritual family, or a beautiful timeline reality to move into, you make it happen. Show me. These could be people that you considered to be family before. And they're bamboozled. Three of Wands energy. Bamboozled by your power here. Nine of Cups. That I feel like they're just so confused how you've mastered yourself and how you've conjured up all of this wish fulfillment. 9 to the 10 of Cups here. Definitely nosy Nellies out there. Definitely. Okay, show me Temperance. And they're giving me that that reference again about you were connecting to soul group energies when you were in hermit mode. You were connecting to them spiritually, and now it's like you're going to connect to them physically. 8 of Pentacles. This is attached to you being aligned with your personal sovereign alchemy, creating the way you want to create is what's going to take you to these connections. And I feel like there's a lot of independence here. I feel like you're realizing that actually, as much as people go on about society, we can skip timelines so that, you know, everything exists only in our mind, like a TV station, and everything's much more etheric than it is physical. And maybe you're lining up with that now. No one's going to save us unless we save ourselves. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here. And considering we're immortal, there's nothing to fear in that. But I feel like you're someone who doesn't want to get bogged down with human, oh, the world, oh, what's going on? You know, it's just all bullshit. I feel like you're rising above it with your personal alchemy now. Finding your own true spiritual family, star energy, there we go. So something about your work here, taking you to this timeline, your own personal alchemy. They want me to say that. They don't want you to see it as working in society, but this is you alchemizing your own true reality into being with the star energy and the Six of Cups. So they're going to see you. There's definitely physical connection with the soul group here. Let's see what advice we've got. Alchemical advice. I feel like something's just over here. I don't feel like there's any going back to it. But it could, you know, it could. Spirit gave me that word bamboozled for a reason. So what's the advice here? Death again. So Spirit just wants you to know that they are in awe. They are gobsmacked with the way you've turned your life around. Okay, Spirit's saying no more for that. Death is death. It's done. It's over. Okay. So let's look into these little spiritual casino cards, and we're going to see what advice, what beautiful energies you need to be aware of all this beautiful alchemy. There we go. Truth revealed. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so if there was anyone you were, you know, wondering about, maybe someone's been giving you weird vibes, and I feel like, you know, they're too interested in you. It's creepy. Okay, it's really creepy. I'm getting a creepy energy here. We've got emotional security, and I feel like you provided yourself with so much of your own emotional security that now it's bringing in something that matches that with these bodies. I'm getting this energy of physical bodies matching the energy you felt your whole life, but you connected with this energy when you were in hermit mode. And it's really beautiful, and now you're going to meet this energy in the physical vault access because you've done it. You've accessed your higher self. You're an alchemical mastermind. I feel like I'm speaking to an alchemical mastermind. We've got rest up, power up plans. I feel like you made some great plans when you were recuperating, getting your strength back and becoming more than you ever were before. Cosmic order point, yes. You made the most of these platforms. You made the most of being in that energy of time out. And now it's like game on here with the star card and the Eight of Pentacles. Full strength, full steam ahead. We've got the love potion coming in. And party time, celebration. Everywhere you go, what is that song? I love it. Everywhere I go, I make the gang go, right? It's a beautiful song, but it's like a gang energy here coming in, okay? So this is for someone who's done the work alone. You've been strong. Yeah, there's nosy people who never expected you to make it. They're all confused. It's going to mess them up. The more they nose into your life, the more it's going to confuse them because you're too spiritual. You're too alchemical. It's just going to confuse these hamsters in their little hamster cage. That you'll go in to your soul group. Pure faith. I feel like you had pure faith in yourself and your faith keeps you going here. So I hope this has been good confirmation for somebody. They're saying leave these ones in the past, death twice, and just keep being an alchemical power player of the game. Love you, baby. Mwah.